Welcome back to Myth, Legends, and Truths. And in this episode, we have a movie list for you. So, this list is going to kick off the Halloween season. We're going to have 31 movies on this list that we're recommending for you to watch, beginning the first day of October, leading all the way up to Halloween night.
That's right. And the cool thing is that we're just going to give you guys the list, all the name of the 31 movies. And then we're going to do another video, 31 videos describing the movies. Not just that, but we would love it if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And let's get started.
And just one more thing. If your favorite movie isn't included on the list, definitely include it in the comments section, because if I haven't seen it, I might love to see it. But this is basically our personal list that we love.
That's right.
So here we go.
Okay, so starting our list is one of the scariest movies I ever watched, The Exorcist. It's a scary movie.
Yeah, this really freaked me out. So you're going to hear more about our experience and what we thought about this movie in another video. But you might be tired of hearing this movie, finding it on a list somewhere. But I mean, really, it's a classic and it's left an impression.
That's right. And then number 2, Ari?
Number 2 was also equally, actually, I think number 2 was more disturbing to me.
Really?
The name was Hereditary, or is Hereditary. But it's up there, for me as The Exorcist. The Exorcist definitely, for me, was scarier, especially being that I saw it when I was 12. But okay. Hereditary was really disturbing.
It was. Then after that, we got number 3, Sinister. That was a wicked movie.
These are like my top 3, I'd say. Sinister was also kind of crazy. It really was. And if you haven't seen it, you really have to see it.
That's a great movie.
Into murder mysteries and the supernatural and goriness. I mean, it's disturbing.
How about number 4?
Insidious, of course. And you know that if you've seen Insidious before, you know of Insidious, you know that there's more than one movie. So this would be like a whole day event pretty much. Of watching all the Insidious movies.
Okay, so number 5 is The Ring.
I really like The Ring too. That was really scary for me when I saw it, when it came out. And again, this is, if you're familiar with The Ring, you know that there's more than one movie and they're definitely all worth watching.
But the first one is beyond scary.
Yeah.
For me. All right, how about number 6?
I really love number 6. And that one is called The Skeleton Key. I mean, it had a really good twist at the end. I really liked it.
It was a good movie. Anyway, also, we just want to point out that once we do a separate video with each and every one of these movies, we're also going to tell you guys where you can watch those movies. For example, The Ring, you can watch it in Hulu right now. Mm-hmm. So that's a good way. Also, number 7, which is The Conjuring. You can watch that on Netflix. What a great movie that was.
Yeah, The Conjuring was awesome. I love, all the stuff on the Warrens. The people who investigated Amityville Horror, they also investigated The Conjuring, and there was also a movie called Haunting in Connecticut, I think it was, where they also were the investigators. So these are based on their accounts, of these events, and of course, were exaggerated and stuff for the movies.
Right.
But they're definitely worth watching. So again, if you're familiar with The Conjuring, you'll know that there's more than one movie.
Yep.
And with that, I think it would be worth checking out all the ones affiliated to the Warren investigations. Also, like The Nun was another one.
That's another great movie. So number 8 is The Candyman.
The Candyman really freaked me out when I saw this. I was like a teenager, I think, but I don't know. Anything with mirrors and like the whole thing with Bloody Mary and Candyman, this is pretty similar. That freaks me out. It really does.
How about number 9?
So number 9, Event Horizon.
Yep.
This one really caught me by surprise too. It's more of like a sci-fi horror. It takes place in space, but yeah, you'll hear us break down the movie and everything later on, but that one's worth checking out. And it's not, I find that it's not on enough, Halloween movie lists out there.
Yeah, so number 10 is Silent Hill. Which,
Yeah.
for me, that was a great, great movie. What do you think about that movie?
Yeah, that was also really creepy. Definitely a reason why it's on the list. And the inspiration came from a town in Pennsylvania. So
right.
there's a real haunted hill out there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not, what we've seen in the movies, but it was based on a real location.
Number 11, Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers.
That's a great movie.
That
was a good movie. It caught me by surprise.
Right. This is another one. There's more than one movie. I like them all. But that guy, he's creepy.
Yeah.
Scary.
Number 12, Stigmata.
Again, going back to that religious stuff and demonic possession, Stigmata for me was also scary, and just disturbing with that whole subject.
What do you have for number 13?
Number 13, we have The Descent. This movie was really good. It really caught me by surprise at the time. You know how they give you like the little previews and teaser trailers?
Yeah.
And from what I saw in the trailer, it was enough to make me want to watch the movie. But after seeing the movie, it really caught me by surprise. I was not expecting what I saw.
Right.
It was good.
Number 14 is Wrong Turn.
Wrong Turn.
Yeah.
That's up there. Like, it's just disturbing.
It's disturbing. Yeah.
Disturbing. Like The Hills Have Eyes kind of disturbing. Like that. I thought about putting The Hills Have Eyes on this list, but it was just way too disturbing for me. It's not one of the movies that I would want to watch again.
Well, it's one of my favorite movies.
Wrong Turn is kind of up there with that too.
So before we kind of approaching our halfway mark, 15, since it's 31, it's like 15 and a half. We just want to encourage you guys to like and comment and subscribe. It really does help us a lot, and it really doesn't do anything for you guys. Just hit that little button, and you guys will be updated with everything that we do. Now, number 15 for me, it's not as scary. It's it. For me, it was never that scary.
For me, I agree. It was really never that scary for me. I find that most of Stephen King's works, like them put into the movies, weren't as scary for me. I know the books and everything have a lot more detail, but it is a classic for Halloween. It is a good movie though to watch.
Yeah.
I did enjoy watching the movie. I just didn't feel that it was like really scary for me.
Right.
But I did enjoy them, and it's a classic. I think it's definitely worth being on the list.
Right. Number 16, it's one of my favorites by far.
Yeah, this one was really good. Cabin in the Woods.
Yep.
Again, because it just had this unexpected twist. I just didn't expect it to turn out the way it did. It was kind of weird and everything at the end, but I just liked the fact that, I was expecting one thing, and you start off with these scary movies and you're expecting one thing, and at the end you're like, oh yeah, I knew the whole thing. I knew that was going to happen. They're so predictable. This one was not as predictable. So that's why it's definitely worth being there.
Right after that, we have Evil Dead, number 17.
Evil Dead was insane to me. That original one, again, it was scary for me at the time when I saw it because I was really young. I think this one also probably came out before I was born. But again, it has some disturbing parts to it. The graphics is not up there like, what we're used to now because it was back in the day. But it was like really disturbing when it came out. So, it's worth checking out if you haven't seen it.
Not just that, but at the time, it was extremely gore.
It was.
And it was up there, the graphics and all that. At the time that it came out, it was insane. Number 18, Veronica.
So Veronica is on Netflix.
Yep.
And so this is another true, and we've made a video actually on Veronica before. Because this was the first, or one of the well-known events, supernatural events that was actually documented by police. We'll get into it, or
Right.
you can go back and watch the video that we already made on it. But again, anything dealing, with like the Ouija boards and stuff kind of creep me out, and this is one of those cases.
Right. Number 19.
Crimson Peak. This was definitely interesting.
Not one of the scariest, but
Not one of the scariest ones, but it was interesting to watch.
yes. So, and then number 20 is Fear Street.
So Fear Street is one of those Netflix movies. It's, based on the Fear Street books. I had read some of those books growing up. So I was really looking forward to this. And there's more than one part to it. I think there's about two or three. And it was definitely one of the ones that I really enjoyed watching, and everything kind of reminded me of the books and when I was younger. But it's worth checking this one out.
Definitely. Number 21. I'm going to get this one wrong. Train to Busan.
To Busan.
Yeah, Busan. There you go.
Yeah, so
That was a good movie.
Yeah, Train to Busan is awesome, which I think they're in the works of making.
Part 2.
No, not part 2. I think this is one of the Korean zombie movies.
It's a zombie movie, yep.
So they're working on doing the American version, which is like Train to New York or something like that. I think that's in the works.
But that's a must watch.
But
That's
if you
a
like
great
zombie
movie.
movies,
It's a great
you'll
movie.
enjoy this one.
Now, number 22 really freaked the shit out of me.
So Pet Cemetery.
Yes.
That one, yes. Especially at the time that I saw. I haven't seen the new one. I haven't seen the remake. So I'm still talking about the original Pet Cemetery.
Right.
And I think this is actually one of Stephen King's works, right?
I don't know. I don't remember if it's one of his movies.
Okay.
But we are going to break it down. And we'll have
break it
all that
down.
information for you guys.
And we will have all that information for you. But Pet Cemetery really was creepy for me, because it's just, we'll talk about that.
Right. And then number 23, it's What Lies Beneath.
This movie was awesome.
Yeah.
I love this movie. The actors in it were awesome. Again, it's just, it's more than just being scared. Like, there was, a storyline behind it, figuring things out. It was just, it's awesome.
24, It Follows. I know that one scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, this one is disturbing too. It's like like a supernatural. We'll break it down.
We will.
It Follows. It's kind of scary too. Yeah.
Now, number 25 is one of my favorite crazy movies, because just the old lady is just so freaking, I don't know, when she started throwing up, and that is Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell.
What a great movie.
This was like, this is one of those movies that has a lot of that jump scare, a lot of that like violin and loud noises, and you'll get scared with some of the banging sounds, and it's good. It's yeah.
It's a great movie. Number 26 is
13 Ghosts. This
That's
is
right.
another one of my favorite movies, pretty much, up there on my list. 13 Ghosts. I really like this movie.
yeah, number 27, The Mist.
Again, another disturbing movie. Not so much, that jump scare kind of thing, but just the ending of it is so disturbing and so sad. If you haven't seen this movie, you have to. It's just so messed
That's a
up.
Stephen King movie. I don't know. We're going to break it down. We're going to have to break it down.
to look at that.
All right, number 28, Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship. This was one of the ones, I think, where probably teenager when I saw this movie. I went to the movie theater to see it. And it was pretty good. It's got some blood in it, some goriness to it. It's awesome. You should watch it.
Number 29.
Okay, so The Rite. This one is actually also based on true events. One thing is kind of linked to the other. So there's more stories linked to the individual that this movie is based on. But again, it kind of plays into that whole demonic possession and all that stuff, religion, and it just really scares me.
How about number 30?
Okay, number 30 is another classic, the Amityville Horror. I just felt like it had to be in there. It's another classic. People continue to talk about it. It was also based on true events. There was a whole murder and everything behind that. You can see, all the old newspaper articles. There is an actual house and people actually do live in it, and it's in New York.
So the last one is the one that's going to get you ready for Halloween, which is
Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. So I picked this one, and I definitely put it on the 31st because it is one of those movies that does take place on Halloween. And it's like a multiple stories in one kind of movie. And it's pretty cool, and you'll recognize some of the actors in there.
And the reason I kind of didn't have anything to say with this list was because if you leave it up to me, I would definitely put Ghostbusters. When I was younger, that kind of got me. So I was like, hey, Ghostbusters. I thought it was a horror movie when I was growing up. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. We truly do appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ari, anything else?
So don't forget to check in with us because we will be breaking down these movies in separate videos.
That's right.